and we are underway for Season 4 of F1 in Australia.
This was not supposed to happen.
Yes. Oh my god, let's go!
And I fucking get it!
And it's really a huge curveball in the championship. Thanks for coming, guys.
I've got a lot to say about that.
420 Merc Music hasn't put a foot wrong today, crosses the line and wins in Greece.
Drag wins!
What the?
This was honestly an amazing way to show our critics that we have the potential and that we'll definitely be up there.
Hello everyone and welcome back. Very excited to be back at Greece.
Hello, I am 420 Merc Music and I drive for Audi Sport F1. You know, in GT3 I was quite literally dominating, I would say. I'm really excited to see the competition in F1 and how it turns out for me.
East Riders goes up to 5th with Lance Droids taking 8th place in the McLaren. That's their new team.
Hello, my name is East, and I'm the current head operations at Advan Racing, based in GT3 and Formula 2. Someone within the F1 teams told me to consider managing Red Start, and I decided to take the offer, and well, I didn't really have a choice. The Zeko Racing franchise, the team was sold off to someone related to Luca. The real question to me is, yes, I can help them, but for how long can they sustain themselves? I can do a lot. I could do my style of managing, yes. But if they cannot sustain themselves, ultimately, I don't think it's going to help out too much.
Let's go on board here with Power Unit to see what they can do in the KR Racing. Going into turn 1, gets the rotation done very well, goes very close to the bump on the left side, just barely missing it, which is exactly what you want to do. Doing the same on the right, but running out wide slightly through turn 2. Now looping back up through turn 3, over the crest of the hill. Now approaching turn 5, which is a 180-degree long left-hand bend. Round here, just clipping the apex there, running next to the DRS sign. Now looping right round turn 9. That's quite tight. Runs out wide onto the curb there, into the gravel. That's not going to help. Now it's full throttle through the S's, through turn 10, through turn 11, and crashes into a BMW and an Aston Martin. That's going to be the BMW of Fenenjaster. Fenenjaster's car wasn't recovered. Power Unit's lap is going to be scuppered.
I have no clue what the BMW team were thinking, but he'd sat on the track for more than 10 seconds and he's just in the middle of the racing line, so I can't go anywhere, and I'm on a green sector, so it's like, it's just fucked me over. I can't do anything about that. I think I was improving something like a second on that lap, and then just to get crashed by someone sitting on the racing line is a joke.
Yes, I was on a faster run at the time. I think I had 2 green sectors, and I was on my 3rd sector, and I was really disappointed and frustrated because some guy just parked his crashed car on the apex, so I had no chance to avoid the accident, so I just kind of had to gamble that the car wasn't collidable yet, and unfortunately it was, so there was nothing I can do.
I didn't know about the people who were involved in that pileup. I was just doing a normal qualifying lap, and I saw I think it was a fleet car crashed into it. He resetted right after I crashed into him, so it kind of looked like I was the first person to crash there. I was kind of confused. It was my first time where I had that kind of crash, so I know I took a bit too much time until I resetted the car, but I didn't reset as fast as I had to. So I'm sorry to all drivers who crashed and were involved in that pile-up. I think Miggy was there as well.
There's going to be 420 Merc Music taking pole position with Audi then, which is a very, very good performance from them, considering that Critical Noob has led every session so far this weekend.
Yeah, I was very excited to take pole there. Wasn't expecting it, but because I'm not a great qualifier, but very glad I got pole. I am quite excited to get Audi's first podium of the season, and perhaps even a race win. We shall see what happens. I'm going to try my best out there. Me and Dan both will, and I have a good feeling about this race.
We found out that the medium tires really worked the best. They lasted very long and they had incredible grip as well. And we were just very confident and very relaxed for the whole weekend, and it really showed. Qualifying was very good. It basically confirmed our suspicions of, we're actually really good around here. We have a very good chance at doing well. So after qualifying, we immediately focused on the race, but we are also very happy with how it went, and both of us had pace and we had a very high potential for the race.
.420 Merc Music still seems to be in the lead. A gap now coming out to their teammate, Dancer Hajek. There's a McLaren going wide, there's a Crate going wide, there's an Uprise going wide, everyone's going wide. 420 Merc Music to be holding the lead, but their teammate, Dancer Hajek, isn't going to want that for a very, very long time. Oh, and Kaikara's spun around! Kaikara's lost it at turn 1!
Oh, it's going to be going into the sand trap too. That's going to be a brand star. Hang on a second. Something's wrong with Kaikara. He's stopped at the moment. And I know he's stopped. I know I'm not lagging. I'm seeing other cars driving at the moment.
Kaikara's stopped. What's happened to Kaikara? Is Kaikara having, like, personal lag issues?
No. What happened?
I don't know.
Did it disconnect or something?
No, I think it's just you.
Kaikara's disconnected! Kaikara's out the race!
Oh, man. That's not good for KIR.
So I was a little disappointed I lost connection. But that was that. It wasn't really anything too special. I suppose I've stopped caring, sort of. I don't know, it just didn't feel like last season. That was very disappointing in moments like that. Pick your head up, keep going. It's just another race. It's a Roblox race. I'll live with it.
Matt's sliding down the main straight, but he keeps it intact, he keeps it on the line, just lost it slightly out of that last corner. If he didn't correct that as he did, that would have been a very different day for the Brandstar, so very well done to Matt for keeping that on the track.
That's a crash! That's Uprise! Miggy again!
And out come Dancer Hajek on another set of mediums? What is the strategy at Audi? No, that's 420 Merc Music. Hajek's already pitted.
Yeah.
Fernand setting a purple Sector 1 on their fresh new tyres, so definitely an advantage.
E-Sliders is going to be pitting as well. E-Sliders is now pitting.
That leaves the lead for Critical Noob, who's been at the front of many sessions so far this weekend. Space Ghost into the pits with Hards on lap 15. What is happening with these strategies today?
Power units going in the pits, but it's not for why we think. It's because he has lost his front wing, which means he's going to lose considerable time. If we look on the track, we'll be able to find where he lost it.
Oh, I think I see it. I think that's his front wing off the exit of turn 5.
You're right. You are right.
Look at me. I've got good eyes.
But it seems as though Critical Noob's still in the lead.
Now, not for much longer, coming into the pits.
Hang on a second. What happened to Professor? Him and Douglas of Fleet are gone, and I do not know why.
I think I just got a bump going on the uphill section of Sector 3, the start of Sector 3 on the high-speed corners. And I didn't realize it because the way, you're going uphill, so you kind of, the weight of the car, you kind of don't feel the tires that much on the crest of the hill, but once the tires kind of gripped, I realized I didn't have any grip, and there was nothing I can do at that speed.
Oh, what? How did that crash?
Drivers
critical nuke's lost it! And power
Watch
unit's
out,
gone
that's a
into them
double
as
crash.
well!
That's a double crash. Power unit and critical nuke are out.
It's a questionable topic, but the reaction to the crash from the other team, most notably McLaren, was stupid. I feel like that's the final straw for me. I can't. KRR isn't the team for me. I need to be performing. If I'm in KRR, I need to be performing better, and I'm not putting in any good performances. The great thing about racing is there's always a chance at redemption, and hopefully I can find it somewhere else.
There were a lot of excuses and theories as to why I didn't just drive around the car, but the reason was that I pretty much practiced in IFR a lot, where there are no collisions, so I kind of forgot that the cars can collide and just thought I could drive through it.
Well, I started feeling worried very early on in the season already, because as I said, the competition's very strong, and it's as hard now as it was ever. We still have a lot to go, and we can still do it.
I would still race even if it wasn't with KRR. And I mean, I can't really afford to not be putting in the performances with KRR, so looks like I'll have to try and find myself another place where I can hopefully improve myself and redeem what I've done in this season so far.
Dancer Hajek comes into the pits.
Oh.
A two-stop strategy, every single time, going to mediums.
Audi is pitting. I think that might be Merc.
Soft tyres for the Audi. Finally, someone's running softs. Wouldn't be surprised if 420 Merc Music takes the fastest lap off of Ferdinand with soft tyres. At the moment, 420 Merc has the tyre advantage.
Oh no! Uprise crash, Johnson,
That would
420,
be-
on the
okay.
outside of that chicane too, so he needs to get that car spawned immediately, or
Because
else
here
there's gonna be
comes
some
420
problems.
Merc Music. Gonna be approaching this car very
Merc
shortly.
Music's coming. He better be able
Merc,
to,
you need to know,
he better
you
be
need
able
to
touch his
know!
car.
Oh! Goes between the
that
car
was a
and the
good
wall!
dodge. Oh,
What
but
does
what
Dancer
about the others?
Hajek
Will they
do?
know?
Goes round to the left. Right, at least one Audi
They're
has
good,
brains.
They're good.
Now coming through the chicane, it's 420 Merc Music. Hasn't put a foot wrong today, crosses the line and
that's
wins
it.
in Greece.
And right behind him is going to be Dancer Hajek going across the line for their second place.
First win in Formula One. I wasn't expecting it to be that quick, but that was amazing. That was an amazing race from me and Dan. Great strategy all around. Whew. Yeah, once we finish, that's something. But we lead constructors, but we don't want to get too comfortable there. We want to extend our lead as much as possible. I'm feeling pretty good about next race before the care comes back. I'm just trying to get as far ahead from Brand Star as we can until the care comes back. That's our main concern right now. I think I do have what it takes to get the Drivers' Championship if I can attend all the races, because I've got work. It's pretty staggered when I work, and I can miss a lot of races depending when the races are. So it all depends on my luck with my attendance this season. But I definitely think I can win if I get good attendance. I think Kaikira isn't the main concern this season. It's more the care.
Yeah, that was very good. It was probably the most relaxed race I've had in Ion. Just everything went right. Even when we had like competition, they messed up or they crashed out. So everything that went right, and we were very happy after it because we were like, oh, we can actually win this. We have a very big chance. We have 2 good drivers, a very good team with very good strategy. There's a very high chance we can win this. So let's just push on, play this behind us, celebrate it, but focus on the next race immediately and go for the championship.
It's our second ever 1-2 in our history. The only 1-2 in the entirety of the current season, and it was phenomenal. We dominated from the start right till the end, and I thought our strategy paid off. The 2-stop worked a treat, and it was definitely a proud moment. That instant response was incredible to see from my drivers after the disappointment of Korea. I thought this was honestly an amazing way to show our critics that we have the potential and that we'll definitely be up there come end of the season.
So the Ion Bad Boys, as you call it, yes, of course, it was a group effort.
Well, we were monitoring the cheating allegations that were going on last year, or last season rather. And, we wanted to make sure that everybody knew that we were taking a look at people who were cheating, and really just to set an example, just to say, hey guys, it's a game. Don't cheat. It's not fun. We had already planned to release the document eventually. We started checking around the middle of last season when the allegations were at their highest. So we made a little system that checks when people are changing their gravity and it alerts us. And we decided that we wanted to capture as many people who were using shady techniques as possible to then expose them into the next season.
We waited a little bit to collect some evidence and then booted everyone who was being a bad boy, hence Iron Bad Boys.
Cast actually had an option if he wanted to do IFR work to pay up for his ban, but he opted not to do that.
I was very happy that those involved got punished. I had a good relationship with every single one of them, I'd say. And yes, races will get more fair, for sure. However, new methods will be discovered, and we can't cover off everything at once. Slowly, we will get more fair racing, and it'll be, I guess, clear of exploits and stuff that we can't really do anything against.
Hello, my name is F1 Fan, and I'm a driver for Crate Racing. Clapton was always fast, but I never would have thought of him using gravity hacks. I was very surprised. A lot of people in that list I did not expect to be exploiting.
I agreed with the suspicions, but for the most part, I gave benefit of the doubt, and especially initially, it just seemed like he'd gone pretty fast. This was before people had really noticed his suspension, but there were a couple moments before it happened, before the Ion Bad Boys event happened, where I personally raced against him in Formula E, and it was super obvious. And it was actually kind of funny because he was also driving really bad when he was using, like, his lines were all over the place. And so he had to compensate by taking advantage of gravity even more to make sure that he could even be on pace with anybody in the top 3. I knew JQN had gravity because he used it like an absurd amount once as a joke, but I didn't think he was consistently doing it over the course of the season. Kind of the same with Cast. I didn't really know he ever used it in a row race, but once I learned that he did, I wasn't really surprised that he had the cheats and that he used them in retrospect.
There were already suspicions from Formula E and driver testing where he somehow did 140 right away, which was really suspicious. But there was no proof up until now, so I kind of just ignored it, but it was kind of obvious.
There was kind of a rumor that Capitan was, among others, was one of the few that may have been hacking, but to be honest, I don't think that really mattered too much to me, as in, it didn't really concern me. But obviously, it had a big knock-on effect, and it's good to see that the league is clamping on people who are who are cheating.
Because we're not the FIA, we definitely can't go back and change results. So that may be something that we choose to look into in the future. But for the time being, we have no plans in place.
I agreed with the unban fee and the season ban, but I don't agree with the way Fasta got the whole server to bully others. When the document came out, we first started laughing because we thought it was funny, but the main issue was Fasta told everyone to mass ping and harass the other exploiters, which ironically was 1 week after Fasta himself removed all the root words from the Discord server to avoid toxicity, which he popularized a week later.
I'm personally very disappointed in this fact being revealed. I was not expecting for this something to be of this case. I understand there's been a lot of drama going on around Capitan Bo, but I felt that he was a competent driver that showed results in Formula 2, as well as his fast history here, which has been longer than myself in Ion. So I felt that he was more reliable than resorting to what he has done now.
Am I allowed to swear?
Well, that's great because France was one of the only tracks I wanted to race.
And it's really a huge curveball in the championship.
I tried mainly to keep it cool, you know. Yeah, my main goal was to race in France, and I achieved that.
This was not supposed to happen. I'm